Hi, Park Laners. It's Mary Grace. How are you doing today? I am super stoked to come to you to introduce the High Five Challenge. So here's what's going on. We are being challenged to hold 5 shows between this commission week, which started last Thursday, and February 9th. 5 shows, $300 net minimum, of course, because that's a qualified show. 5 of them. And when we do this, not if, but when we do this, we will be rewarded with a brand new piece from the new line. Details about how to claim that to follow. So we're launching this because there's lots of different reasons. So we're all looking forward to the new book and everything, but there is still so much to be done with this book and with this particular line. So first of all, why do we want to get some more shows in? Well, duh, we want to make money, okay? But also some fantastic specials are going to be ending, and you want your customers to be able to get the best bang for their buck. So just a quick reminder that we are going to be ending the $60 order with the single or double $25, $200 items. I mean, that's going to end, and that is a fantastic deal. So another good reason to is the HRCs. We're going to go back to 100 for 20, most likely after the new book. And right now, many of us have the capability of offering 150 or 250 in extra hostess credit. So that's a big deal, and that's going to be ending. So don't just be thinking you want to have 5 shows for yourself. Like, it always works better when you come from a place of servitude. So just be thinking, I really want to offer this these last deals to my customers. They deserve to get in on them. So high five. Can you imagine what your paycheck would be and how your future would look if you got 5 shows in between now and February 9th? It would increase your sales, it would increase your bookings, and it would increase your ability to get in there and book with people for the next book. One of the things I absolutely love to do is I love to recruit somebody in January and have them have their showing in January or even close to the end of January, like I did this yesterday, because then I know that their bookings are going to be for the new book. So it's super cool to be able to do that for somebody. So make your recruiting contacts, get those recruits in, because you're putting them at a stellar advantage. Instead of that customer base waiting for the new book to book a show with you, they're going to get that opportunity to book for the new book. And that's, you can help them with their success so much that way. So sorry for looking down on my notes, but we came up with a whole bunch of ideas on how you can make the most of this high five challenge. So one of the things we love to do in our organization is we've called it different things. We've called it the reindeer dash. We've called it the snowball. We're calling it, what are we calling it this time? Pass the heart or something because of Valentine's Day. But basically what you can do is you can make teams within your organization. Maybe you have 5 people on each team, and the teams have a different anchor, a different person that's supposed to be in charge of running the whole thing. And the idea is that you take a 24-hour time period and you pass the baton. Okay, so let's say I'm first on the list. I got a booking. Now I get to let the second person on the list know it's your turn. And then she lets the third person know. And then the anchor books her show and starts it all over. So how many shows in a 24 or 48 or however you decide to do it time period can that particular team book? And then they report their results, and one team wins something from the leader or whatever. So that's a super fun one to do. Keeps everybody kind of competitive and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with working on it in between. So for example, let's say I'm the first one on the snowball list. I get my booking. I'm not just going to go back to my regular day or do other things. I'm going to continue to try to get bookings. So when that snowball comes back to me, I got it and I'm passing it on. Okay. So it really gets them working and thinking for that 24-hour time period. One of the things that I love it, because I'm all about empowering women, but Galentine's Day, get it? Valentine's Day, but starting with GAL, is kind of become a big thing. Like, just because you don't have a significant other or a sweetheart, why can't you celebrate your love for one another or your self-love because you're a good person? So it's called Galentine's Day. So we should schedule Galentine's Day shows, purposely reaching out to people that we know are single, are all about empowering women, whatever it is, that you're going to reach out to these people and you're going to hold a Galentine's show. Okay? How about 5 and 5? Your goal is to hold 5 shows in 5 days. So you want to go for next week, and your goal is to hold a show every single day for next week. And it's hard to explain, but it works. Like when you're booking shows and you don't really have a goal, it doesn't come as easily as when you have a goal. So like I've had times when I'm like, I have a goal to book 21 shows in 21 days. People are more apt to respond to that because they want to help me reach that big goal. So instead of like, I'll take whatever I can get, I could be like, I've got 19, you would make my 20th, so something like that, setting yourself up for that. This has come from a variety of different people. I know Michelle Zito did this, but I believe she originally heard some of it from Tish Metford, but a social sale, like a sale where you specifically are only opening it to certain people that say they want to be in on it. Okay, so we'll give you an example. You have a VIP page and you go, I'm looking for 5 people to be in my social sale. Only 5 of you, you'll get all the attention and these really special deals that I'm not offering to anybody else. So, the first 5, that's one group chat. The next 5, that's another group chat. You theoretically could do 5 of these with 5 people in each one. So you don't really create a new event or anything. You just do a group chat with just those 5 people and yourself. And then through that group chat, you start to put up slides or fun things that you're offering, different pictures, different deals. And you just do it for a short 2-hour period of time just with those 5 people. So that's something we'd be doing from our couch, or from our ball practice or wherever it is we're spending some of our time. That's a really great idea. How about a 5 p.m. show at 5 different places? So I'm going to go to a hair salon at 5 p.m. I'm going to go to an office at 5 p.m. I'm going to go to a teacher's lounge at 5 p.m. So finding 5 different places where you could do a 5 p.m. happy hour show that's only going to be in and out, like last just for like an hour. I think I've pretty much covered a lot of the good ideas that we had. We were brainstorming for just a little bit. But one thing I want to remind you of too is a lot of times I'll have my team like open their calendar and I'll say, okay, now circle a day you really, really, really want to work. And they'll circle the day. And I always bring them up short because I'll say, now write your own name there. You're going to have your own show on that day that you really want to work. So why not 5 for 5? Why not 5 shows in 5 days, all at your own house or all at a restaurant, for you, but you're going to take like 5 different people, 25 different people, split them up in groups of 5 and have 5 shows. I mean, I think that would be a phenomenal idea. Or if your geographical area is divided up kind of like St. Louis is, so I'd be like, I'm going to do 5 for the South, 5 for the West, 5 for the North, 5 for the East, and 5 for the East West or whatever. But you're going to decide that you're going to, target these different areas and you're going to do 5 and 5. So there are a lot of really fun things that we can do with this deal. And there's a lot of really good reasons that we want to take advantage of this right now. Did you see the news about how if we do $500 both this week and next week, we're going to get to double the sales of anything we put in, and we're going to get to double the sales of any recruits we have in thus far. This is big, you guys. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't just do the 500 and 500, although if that's all you do is the 500 and the 500, that's 2,000 trip points. Isn't that cool? But you also get to double whatever you do. So if you sell $10,000 in the 2 weeks, you'll have 20,000 trip points already. And I don't think they would tell me anyway, but I don't want to know. I always like to be surprised about the trips. But the way that they're talking, I know it's going to be warm. I know it's going to be like tropical. And I know it's going to be someplace we've never been before. And if you have never been on a trip with the Levines to a place that they've never been before, that is so super fun because you're seeing it. They love to see it through our eyes, but we get to see that place through their eyes too for the first time. It's really cool. And like they do all this research and make sure that we do really cool things while we're there because they want to do them too. So that is it. I'm going to give you one more great idea. And I have to give Bev Austin, a senior division in my organization, credit for this. It's so super smart. She's so super smart. But, at this time of year, we do often feel like it's almost like we're waiting. It's almost like when's the new book? We're starting to run out of things in our catalog. We're feeling like people are still a little bit in the Christmas coma or whatever. Incidentally, I just have to tell you right now to put all those thoughts at rest. The shows I've held this January have been not a single one has been less than $1,000. So we may tell ourselves that people don't want to shop at this time of year, but the reality is that's not true. They're shopping and they're enjoying it very much. But a fun thing to do too is, especially if you've been with Parklane for a while, you have a tendency to rely on what they've done historically. So we're in the trip contest right now, and I'm working it like nobody's business, even though I don't know where it is, because I want the trip no matter what, you know? So that's the way you need to be thinking. But sometimes we feel like, okay, when we go into convention, right after convention, they usually do some really special specials, and we're going to have a new book and all that, so I'll just wait. Well, what Beth started to do in the last couple of years, and we have all copied her on it because it's so brilliant, is she will purposely choose a couple hostesses who will hold a show like the week before convention, and she'll say, here's the deal, it's got to be top secret, you can't tell any of your guests, but you're going to get last call. So all of the customers at your show are going to get last call for this particular catalog. They're going to get to use the chance of the $60 gets to $25 items. They're going to get, they're going to get all of those advantages. But I'm going to hold your credit until after the new book. So I'll put your show in. I'll let Parklane know that you're going to pick out your hostess credit later. And then whatever you can choose from the new catalog. So whatever the hostess credit is at that time, you'll get that. It's usually something special after the convention, but you'll be the very first person to get free stuff from our new line. I'll send you the link the minute that it's up, and you can start picking your free stuff. Isn't that brilliant? So why not do 5 and 5? Why not schedule 5 shows that week before convention and offer all 5 of them that phenomenal deal to get both last call and first look? Pretty smart, right? It's amazing the things that we come up with when we brainstorm. So everybody, here's what I know. I know that we all want to hold 5 shows between now or this whole commission week and February 9th. Do it for yourself. Do it for Scott. And if none of that means enough to you, do it for me. I'm looking so forward to seeing so many of you at convention. Thanks for joining me today, and high five.